You are standing at the edge of a forest. The air is cool and soft against your skin. Above you, the sky is a gentle wash of pale blue, fading into the softest hint of cream at the horizon. The trees before you are tall and ancient, their trunks thick with age, covered in patches of velvet moss that glow faintly green in the diffused light. There is no hurry here. There is nowhere you need to be. You take a step forward onto the path. The ground beneath your feet is soft with fallen pine needles, cushioning each step. The scent of earth and wood rises gently around you, mingling with the faint sweetness of wildflowers growing in scattered clusters along the trail. You breathe in slowly. The air fills your lungs, clean and cool. You breathe out. The forest seems to breathe with you. The path winds gently ahead, curving between the trees. Sunlight filters down through the canopy above, creating shifting patterns of gold and shadow on the forest floor. The light moves slowly, almost imperceptibly, as the leaves sway in a breeze too gentle to feel. You walk slowly, placing one foot in front of the other. There is no destination. There is only this moment, this step, this breath. Around you, the forest is alive with quiet. You hear the soft whisper of wind through the upper branches. A bird calls somewhere far away, a low, melodic note that echoes and fades. The sound is not startling. It is part of the stillness. You continue walking, your pace unhurried, your mind beginning to drift and settle like leaves falling to the forest floor. The trees grow closer together now, their branches interweaving above you to form a living roof. The light here is softer, greener, filtered through countless layers of leaves. You notice the texture of the bark on the nearest tree, rough and deeply grooved, home to tiny insects and hidden life. You do not need to look closely. It is enough to know it is there. Everything here has its place. Everything here is at rest. You come to a small clearing where the trees open up to reveal a circle of soft grass. In the center of the clearing is a smooth, flat stone, worn by time and weather. You move toward it and sit down. The stone is cool beneath you, but not uncomfortable. You settle your weight, feeling your body relax into the support of the earth. You look around the clearing. The grass sways gently. A butterfly drifts past, slow and wandering, its wings catching the light. Time feels different here. Minutes stretch and blend together. You are not waiting for anything. You are simply here, present in this quiet space. The sounds of the forest continue around you, the rustle of leaves, the distant trickle of water, the soft creak of branches settling. These sounds do not demand your attention. They simply exist, a gentle backdrop to your stillness. You close your eyes for a moment. Behind your eyelids, the world is warm and dim. You can still sense the light filtering through the trees, still feel the cool air on your skin. Your breathing is slow and even. In and out. In and out. The rhythm matches the gentle sway of the forest around you. You are part of this place now, woven into its peace. When you open your eyes again, the light has shifted slightly. The shadows are longer, softer. You rise from the stone, slowly, without effort, and continue along the path. The trail leads you deeper into the forest, where the trees grow even older, even taller. Their roots spread across the path in great, twisted arcs, creating natural steps and gentle rises. You navigate them easily, your body moving with quiet grace. The forest floor here is covered in a thick carpet of moss. It is impossibly soft beneath your feet, yielding gently with each step. The moss is many shades of green, emerald, jade, forest, sage, creating a patchwork of living color. Small mushrooms grow in clusters here and there, their caps smooth and round, ranging from cream to deep brown. You pause to look at them, marveling at their simple beauty. As you walk, you notice the way the light plays through the trees. Shafts of sunlight pierce the canopy in places, creating pillars of golden light filled with slowly drifting motes of dust and pollen. These light pillars seem almost solid, as if you could reach out and touch them. You walk through one, feeling the warmth on your face and arms. The warmth is gentle, soothing, like a soft blanket. The path curves to the left, following the natural contour of the land. Here, the ground slopes gently downward. You can hear water more clearly now, a soft, constant murmur that speaks of streams and flow. The sound draws you forward, a natural guide deeper into the forest's heart. Your footsteps are nearly silent on the soft earth and moss. Ferns grow thick along the sides of the path now. Their fronds are delicate and complex, unfurling in perfect spirals. They are a bright, fresh green, the color of new life in spring, even though the season here seems timeless and unchanging. You reach out and gently touch one frond. It is cool and slightly damp, with a texture like soft paper. The trees here are enormous. Some of them must be hundreds of years old, perhaps older. Their trunks are so wide that 3 or 4 people with arms outstretched could not encircle them. The bark is deeply furrowed, creating patterns like rivers and canyons in miniature. You place your palm against one trunk and feel the solid, ancient presence of the tree. It has stood here long before you arrived and will stand long after you leave. Above, the canopy is so thick that you can barely see the sky. The light that filters down is diffuse and green-tinted, creating an underwater quality to the air. Everything seems to move in slow motion here. A leaf drifts down from somewhere high above, turning slowly as it falls, taking long seconds to reach the ground. You watch it land softly on the moss. You come to the stream. It is narrow, no wider than your outstretched arms, and the water is clear and cool. It flows over smooth stones, creating a soft, constant murmur, a sound like breathing, like whispers, like sleep itself. You kneel beside the stream and dip your fingers into the water. It is cold, refreshing, and you watch as tiny ripples spread outward from your touch, expanding and fading into stillness. The water is so clear you can see every detail of the streambed. Smooth stones and shades of gray, brown, and cream line the bottom. Small fish dart between the rocks, their scales catching the light in brief flashes of silver. Strands of bright green water plants wave slowly in the current, bending and swaying like hair in wind. You cup your hands and bring some of the water to your lips. It is cold and pure, tasting faintly of minerals and stone. You drink slowly, feeling the coolness travel down your throat. The water is refreshing without being shocking, gentle and clean. You lower your hands back into the stream and let the water flow over them, washing away any remaining tension. The path follows the stream now, winding alongside it through the forest. You walk beside the water, listening to its gentle voice. The sound fills the spaces between your thoughts, washing them clean, leaving only calm. The stream babbles softly over rocks, gurgles around bends, whispers as it flows through narrow channels. Each sound is part of a greater symphony of peace. The trees here lean slightly toward the water, their branches reaching out as if to touch the surface. Moss grows thick on the stones at the water's edge, bright green and impossibly soft. Small ferns sprout from crevices in the rocks, their delicate fronds trailing in the current. Everything here is drawn to the water, sustained by it, living in harmony with its flow. You notice a fallen log spanning the stream. It is covered in moss and small plants, creating a natural bridge. You step onto it carefully. The wood is solid beneath your feet, worn smooth by weather and time. You walk slowly across, pausing in the middle to look down at the water flowing beneath you. The current moves steadily, constantly, never stopping, never hurrying. On the far side of the stream, the forest opens slightly. Here, more light reaches the ground, and wildflowers grow in scattered patches. You see delicate white blossoms, small purple flowers, tiny yellow blooms like drops of sunshine. They nod gently in the breeze, their petals soft and perfect. Bees move slowly from flower to flower, their buzzing a drowsy, peaceful sound. You continue along the path, which now winds through this more open area. The ground here is a mix of grass and moss, soft and yielding. Small birds flit through the lower branches, calling to each other in sweet, simple notes. A rabbit sits motionless beside the path, watching you with dark, calm eyes. You pass by slowly, and it does not run. Everything here accepts your presence as natural and right. The stream widens gradually as you walk. What began as a narrow brook is now a broader flow, deeper and slower. The sound changes from a babble to a murmur, softer and deeper. The water here moves more languidly, taking its time, in no rush to reach wherever it is going. You understand this feeling. You share it. Ahead, the stream widens further into a small pool. The water here is still, reflecting the sky and trees above like a perfect mirror. You approach slowly, drawn by the beauty of this place. The pool is roughly circular, perhaps 20 feet across, surrounded by smooth stones and soft grass. The water is so clear and still that it seems more like glass than liquid. You stand at the edge of the pool and look down into its depths. The bottom is visible, smooth sand and stones in various sizes. The water is deeper here, perhaps 6 or 7 feet at the center, but the clarity makes it seem shallow. Small fish hover motionless in the water, suspended, barely moving their fins. They are part of the stillness. The reflection in the pool shows the canopy overhead, the clouds drifting slowly across the blue sky, your own face looking down. In the reflection, you see yourself calm and peaceful, free from worry or stress. This is who you are in this moment. This is who you can be. The reflection wavers slightly as a breeze touches the surface, then settles again into perfect stillness. You circle the pool slowly, taking in every detail. On the far side, water trickles in from upstream, entering the pool in a gentle cascade over smooth rocks. The sound is soft and constant, a peaceful music. On the near side, water flows out again, continuing downstream, the cycle unbroken. The pool is a pause in the journey, a place of rest and reflection. You find a spot beneath a great oak tree near the pool. The tree is ancient, its trunk massive and gnarled, its branches spreading wide overhead. The roots spread across the ground in great, curved arcs, creating natural seats and cradles in the earth. You choose one of these root cradles and settle into it, leaning your back against the trunk. The bark is rough but supportive, holding you gently. The curve of the roots fits your body perfectly, as if this spot was made for you. Above, the branches spread in a vast network, leaves rustling softly in the breeze. You feel safe here, protected, cradled by the tree and the earth. This is a place where you can finally, fully rest. You close your eyes and simply breathe. The air is fresh and clean, carrying the scent of water, earth, and growing things. Your chest rises and falls in a slow, steady rhythm. Your heartbeat is calm and regular. Your body begins to release its weight into the support beneath you, muscles softening, tension draining away like water into soil. The sounds around you continue, the soft murmur of water, the whisper of leaves, the distant call of birds. But these sounds are far away now, part of a world that is separate from you. You are sinking into yourself, into rest, into a place of deep peace. Your breathing becomes slower, deeper. The space between thoughts grows wider. Time stretches and blurs. You may have been sitting here for minutes or hours. It doesn't matter. Time has no meaning in this place. There is only now, this moment, this breath. The forest holds you gently, asking nothing, offering everything. You are safe. You are at peace. You are home. The light continues to soften as you rest. The sky visible through the canopy is deepening into richer shades of blue, with hints of gold and rose at the edges. The air is growing cooler, but you are comfortable. The forest is preparing for evening, settling into its own quiet rhythm. You settle with it, your eyelids growing heavy, your thoughts drifting like clouds. A deer steps into the clearing on the far side of the pool. It moves silently, gracefully, lowering its head to drink from the still water. It does not notice you, or if it does, it is not concerned. You are part of the forest now, as natural as the trees and stones. The deer drinks slowly, then lifts its head, water dripping from its muzzle, and looks around with large, gentle eyes. For a moment, your eyes meet across the distance. There is no fear, no concern, only a shared moment of peaceful existence. Two living beings, sharing the same space, the same air, the same quiet evening. Then the deer turns and walks slowly back into the trees, disappearing like a dream. The moment passes, but the peace remains. You shift slightly, settling more deeply into the root's embrace. Your body is heavy now, relaxed and loose. Your arms rest at your sides, hands open and soft. Your legs are stretched out before you, ankles crossed, completely at ease. Your head leans back against the trunk, supported, held. You are completely, utterly comfortable. The evening continues to deepen. The golden light fades gradually to a softer, cooler blue. Shadows lengthen and merge together, creating pools of gentle darkness beneath the trees. The forest is transforming, moving from day into night, but the change is so gradual, so gentle, that it feels like a natural continuation rather than a shift. Stars begin to appear in the gaps between leaves overhead. Just a few at first, the brightest ones, appearing like pinpricks of silver light in the deepening blue. You watch them emerge, one by one, with a feeling of quiet wonder. The stars seem impossibly far away and yet connected to this moment, part of the same vast, peaceful universe. The temperature continues to drop slightly, but it is pleasant rather than cold. The air against your skin is fresh and clean, carrying the dampness of evening, the scent of earth releasing the day's stored warmth. You breathe it in, filling your lungs with the essence of this peaceful place. You breathe out, releasing everything you no longer need. More stars appear. The sky is now scattered with points of light, a gentle constellation of peace overhead. The Milky Way becomes visible, a soft band of light stretching across the darkness. You have never seen so many stars. In this place, far from artificial light, the universe reveals itself in all its gentle glory. The pool reflects the stars now, doubling their number. Where before it mirrored the day sky, it now holds the night, creating a perfect replica of the heavens on earth. The water is still completely calm, and the stars in its surface do not waver or shimmer. They are fixed points of light, steady and eternal, reflected perfectly in the dark mirror. You close your eyes again. This time, you do not plan to open them. The sounds of the forest continue, the water, the leaves, the distant call of a night bird settling for sleep. But these sounds are far away now, growing softer, blending into a gentle hum that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Your breathing is slow and deep. Your body is heavy and relaxed, held by the earth, cradled by the tree. There is no tension anywhere. No tightness, no worry, no concern. You are simply here, simply breathing, simply being. Nothing more is required. Nothing more is needed. The forest is resting. The trees are resting. The water is resting. The earth is resting. And you are resting with them, part of the great cycle of day and night, wake and sleep, activity and rest. You are where you belong. You are doing exactly what you should be doing. You are perfect in this moment. Sleep begins to creep in at the edges of your awareness. Not suddenly, not forcefully, but gently, gradually, like twilight giving way to night. Your thoughts become slower, hazier, less defined. They drift past like clouds, barely noticed, barely remembered. The space between thoughts grows wider and wider until there is more space than thought. You are floating now, suspended between waking and sleeping, in that peaceful liminal space where boundaries dissolve. You are the forest. You are the tree. You are the pool and the stars and the soft earth. There is no separation between you and this place. You have merged with the peace, become one with the stillness. Your body continues its slow rhythm of breathing, but you are barely aware of it now. It happens automatically, naturally, without thought or effort. In and out. Rise and fall. The rhythm of life, the rhythm of sleep, the rhythm of peace. Everything is rhythm. Everything is breath. Everything is one continuous, gentle flow. The darkness behind your closed eyes deepens, becomes richer, softer, more welcoming. It is not an empty darkness but a full one, pregnant with rest and restoration. It holds you gently, wraps around you like a blanket, keeps you safe and warm and protected. You sink into it willingly, gratefully, knowing you are held. Deeper now. Deeper still. Falling slowly, gently, like a leaf drifting down through still air. There is no fear in this falling, only release. You are letting go of everything, every worry, every tension, every thought, every awareness. Letting it all drift away like smoke and wind, leaving only the essential core of your being, resting, peaceful, still. The sounds fade. The sensations fade. Even the darkness fades, becoming something beyond darkness, beyond light, beyond description. You are in the place before thought, before awareness, before consciousness. You are in the deep well of sleep, where healing happens, where restoration occurs, where the mind and body renew themselves. The forest holds you through it all. The tree supports you. The earth cradles you. The stars watch over you from their distant heights. You are safe. You are protected. You are exactly where you need to be. And in this place, this moment, this state of perfect peace, you sleep. Deep, restful, healing sleep. The kind of sleep that restores and renews. The kind of sleep that washes away the day's fatigue and prepares you for tomorrow. The kind of sleep that feels like coming home after a long journey. Natural, effortless, perfect sleep. The night continues around you. The stars will slowly overhead in their ancient patterns. The water flows continuously, never stopping, always moving forward. The trees breathe in and out, exchanging gases with the air, part of the great cycle of life. And you breathe with them, sleep with them, rest with them. Hours pass. But in sleep, there is no time. There is only the eternal now, stretching in all directions, without beginning or end. You float in this timeless space, held and supported, safe and at peace. Nothing disturbs you. Nothing worries you. Nothing exists except this deep, profound rest. The night deepens around you. The forest has fully embraced the darkness now, settling into its nocturnal rhythm. The air has cooled further, becoming crisp and clean, carrying the faint scent of night-blooming flowers that you had not noticed before. These flowers open their petals only in darkness, releasing their subtle perfume into the still air. The scent is delicate, sweet, calming. You remain nestled in the cradle of the oak tree's roots, your body completely relaxed, your breathing slow and rhythmic. Though you are deeply asleep, some part of you remains aware of this place, of the forest holding you, of the safety and peace surrounding you. It is a gentle awareness, not quite consciousness, more like a dream of being watched over and protected. The pool before you is now a dark mirror, reflecting the multitude of stars overhead. The Milky Way stretches across the sky in a band of soft light, composed of billions of distant suns. Each star twinkles gently, not harshly but with a soft pulsing, like the breathing of the universe itself. The reflection in the water creates a second sky below, so that you seem to rest between two heavens. A moth flutters past, pale white in the darkness, moving silently from flower to flower. Its wings catch the starlight briefly as it passes, glowing for a moment like a tiny ghost. It lands on a night-blooming blossom near the water's edge, unfurls its long tongue, and drinks deeply of the nectar. The scene is silent, peaceful, part of the forest's night rhythm. An owl calls from somewhere deep in the trees. The sound is soft and mellow, not the harsh screech you might expect but a gentle hooting, a peaceful question posed to the night. Another owl answers from further away, the two voices creating a slow dialogue across the darkness. The calls are soothing rather than startling, part of the forest's lullaby. The stream continues its endless flow, the sound never changing, never stopping. Water over stone, water through channels, water into pool and out again. The constancy of the sound is deeply comforting, like a heartbeat or breathing, a reminder that life continues, that cycles persist, that all is well. The sound merges with your own breathing, becoming indistinguishable from it. Small creatures move through the underbrush, foraging in the night. A hedgehog shuffles through fallen leaves, searching for insects. A family of mice scurries across the path, their tiny feet pattering softly. These sounds are barely audible, more felt than heard, part of the texture of the night. They do not disturb the peace but enhance it, reminders of life continuing all around you. The moon begins to rise, though you do not see it directly. Its light gradually illuminates the forest, filtering down through the canopy in soft, silvery beams. The quality of the darkness changes, becoming less absolute, touched with faint luminescence. Shadows that were black become deep blue. The forest takes on a dreamlike quality, half revealed, mysterious, beautiful. The moon's light reaches the pool, and the water seems to glow from within. The surface becomes silver, reflecting the moon's pale face. Ripples spread across it as a fish rises to the surface, creates a small circle, and disappears again beneath. The ripples expand slowly, intersecting with each other, creating patterns of light and dark that constantly shift and change. You sleep on, unaware of these changes except on the deepest level. Your body knows the moon has risen. Your cells respond to its ancient pull, the same pull that moves the tides and regulates the cycles of life. You are part of these cycles, subject to the same forces, connected to the same great web of existence. In sleep, this connection becomes stronger, more direct. The temperature reaches its lowest point now, the deep coolness of the hours before dawn. But you are warm enough, protected by your position against the tree, sheltered from any breeze. Your body has adjusted to the temperature, found its equilibrium. You are comfortable, at peace, perfectly suited to this place in this moment. A fox appears at the edge of the clearing, its red coat turns silver in the moonlight. It pauses, nose lifted, testing the air. It smells you but is not afraid. It has learned that you are not a threat, that you are sleeping, that you are part of the forest's peace. It trots delicately to the pool and laps at the water, pink tongue flashing. Its eyes are bright and intelligent, missing nothing. The fox finishes drinking and sits for a moment at the water's edge, looking out across the pool. Perhaps it sees its own reflection. Perhaps it contemplates the stars. Perhaps it simply rests, enjoying the peace of the night. Then it stands, shakes itself once, and trots away into the darkness, disappearing as silently as it came. Time continues its slow passage. The stars roll overhead in their ancient dance, rising in the east, arcing across the sky, setting in the west. Constellations you might recognize in waking appear and pass, the Great Bear, the Hunter, the Swan. But in sleep, you do not name them. They are simply lights, beautiful and distant, part of the great mystery. Your sleep deepens even further, moving through cycles of light and deep rest. Your brain waves slow, your body becomes even more relaxed if such a thing is possible. This is the deepest phase of sleep, where true restoration occurs. Your cells repair themselves. Your immune system strengthens. Your memories consolidate. Your spirit renews itself. In this deep sleep, you may dream. Not active, narrative dreams, but gentle impressions, feelings, images. You dream of floating in warm water. You dream of being held in safe arms. You dream of light filtering through leaves. You dream of the sound of rain on a roof. These dreams are peaceful, comforting, adding to your rest rather than disturbing it. The forest dreams too, in its way. The trees release their oxygen into the night air. The soil processes nutrients. Seeds that fell during the day begin their slow germination. Mushrooms push up through the leaf litter, growing visibly if you could watch them through time-lapse. Life continues in darkness, patient and persistent. A breeze stirs, gentle and warm despite the hour. It rustles the leaves overhead with a sound like whispered secrets. The breeze carries scents from deeper in the forest, pine resin, decaying leaves, distant flowers. These scents drift past you, adding to the sensory richness of the night without disturbing your sleep. Your nose registers them unconsciously, filing them away as signals of safety and peace. The breeze passes, and stillness returns. The air becomes motionless again, almost solid in its calm. In this stillness, every small sound is clear and distinct. The drip of dew from a leaf. The scratch of a beetle's legs on bark. The soft plop of a fish rising in the pool. Each sound exists in its own space, pure and perfect, then fades into silence. Your breathing is synchronized with the forest now, completely and perfectly. When the trees release oxygen, you breathe in. When you release carbon dioxide, they absorb it. You have become part of the forest's respiration, part of its life cycle. The boundary between you and the trees has dissolved. You are one living system, breathing together, existing together. The moon reaches its highest point and begins to descend. The quality of its light changes subtly, becoming softer, more diffuse. Shadows that were sharp become blurred. The silver light takes on a warmer tone, hinting at the gold that will come with dawn. But dawn is still far away. There are hours yet of peaceful darkness. Your body has entered a state of profound rest. Your heart rate is slow and steady. Your blood pressure is low. Your muscles are completely relaxed, without even the minimal tension of waking life. Your digestive system has slowed to its night rhythm. Your temperature has dropped slightly. Every system in your body is in rest mode, conserving energy, healing, renewing. In this state, your body does its most important work. Damaged cells are repaired or replaced. Toxins accumulated during the day are processed and eliminated. Hormones are regulated and balanced. Your nervous system resets itself, releasing stored stress and tension. This is the work of sleep, the vital maintenance that cannot happen while you are awake. The night creatures continue their activities around you. A badger emerges from its set and ambles toward the stream, its striped face distinctive even in the low light. It drinks noisily, unconcerned with stealth, secure in its strength. After drinking, it sits back on its haunches and grooms itself, running its paws over its face and chest. The gesture is oddly domestic, peaceful. A bat swoops low over the pool, using echolocation to hunt insects. Its flight is erratic, full of sudden turns and dives, but utterly graceful. It catches a moth in midair, the transaction invisible in the darkness, known only by the brief flutter of wings. The bat continues its hunt, weaving through the air in patterns too complex to follow. The forest floor is alive with tiny movements. Worms surface to feed on decaying leaves. Spiders repair their webs, damaged by the day's activity. Slugs slide slowly along branches, leaving silver trails. Fungi release their spores into the still air, invisible clouds of future life. Everywhere, on every scale, life continues its patient work. Above, the clouds that have been absent all day begin to form. Thin, high clouds, barely visible even in the moonlight. They drift slowly from the west, gauzy and insubstantial. They do not threaten rain, merely add texture to the sky, veiling the stars slightly, creating halos around the moon. The effect is dreamlike, softening reality. You sleep through all of this, oblivious but somehow aware. Your unconscious mind registers the changes, incorporates them into your rest. The formation of clouds, the passage of animals, the movement of air, all of these become part of your sleep, deepening it, enriching it. You are not separate from these events but woven into them. Time loses all meaning in the depths of sleep. Seconds stretch into eternities. Hours pass in instants. The normal flow of time, with its steady progression of moments, dissolves into something more fluid, more dreamlike. Past, present, and future merge into one continuous now that extends in all directions. Your dreams continue, if they can be called dreams. They are more like feelings, impressions, memories of peace. You remember being a child, safe in bed, listening to rain. You remember floating in a warm pool, the sun on your face. You remember the feeling of complete safety, of being absolutely protected and cared for. These memories are not narratives but emotional states, recreated perfectly in this moment. The owl calls again, closer now. Its voice is a meditation, a mantra repeated into the darkness. Who? The question is gentle, not demanding an answer, simply marking its presence, its territory, its place in the night. Another owl responds, and they call back and forth for several minutes, a slow conversation in a language older than words. The stream's voice changes slightly. The water level has dropped a tiny bit as the night has progressed, and now it flows over slightly different rocks, creating subtly different notes. The change is barely perceptible, but it is there, a reminder that nothing is truly static, that everything is always changing, always flowing, always moving forward. A deer returns to the pool, perhaps the same one as before, perhaps another. In the moonlight, you cannot tell. It approaches cautiously, testing the air, alert for any danger. Finding none, it relaxes and drinks deeply, its throat working as it swallows. After drinking, it does not leave immediately but stands at the water's edge, looking at its reflection, as still as a statue. Minutes pass. The deer does not move. It seems lost in contemplation, or perhaps it is simply resting, conserving energy. In the moonlight, it looks like something from a fairy tale, a magical creature in an enchanted forest. Its coat gleams silver. Its eyes are dark pools. It is utterly beautiful in its wildness, its naturalness, its perfect belonging to this place. Finally, the deer stirs. It lifts its head, looks around one last time, and walks slowly back into the forest. Its white tail flashes once as it passes into the trees, then disappears. The clearing is empty again except for you, sleeping peacefully, watched over by the moon and stars. The night deepens toward its darkest hour, that time just before dawn when the night reaches its fullest expression. The moon is lower now, its light coming from a steeper angle, creating longer shadows. The forest is utterly still, holding its breath, waiting for the turn toward day. Your sleep has moved into a lighter phase now. Your breathing is slightly quicker. Your eyes move beneath closed lids, following dream images. Your fingers twitch occasionally, your body processing the day's experiences, integrating them into memory. But you do not wake. The sleep is too deep, too restful, too necessary. In this lighter sleep, you are more aware of your surroundings. You hear the stream more clearly now. You feel the bark of the tree against your back. You sense the coolness of the air on your face. But these sensations do not disturb you. They are part of the fabric of your rest, woven into it, inseparable from it. The clouds thicken slightly overhead. They still do not threaten rain, but they obscure more of the stars. The darkness deepens a shade. The moon's light becomes more diffuse, scattered by the cloud cover. The forest takes on an even more dreamlike quality, its edges blurred, its details softened. Small drops of dew begin to form on the leaves overhead. They grow slowly, molecules of water condensing from the cooling air, gathering together, becoming heavy. One drop becomes too heavy and falls, landing on the ground with the faintest of sounds. Then another. And another. A gentle patter begins, not rain but condensation, the forest watering itself. A few drops land on your face and hands, cool and fresh. They do not wake you. They are gentle enough, infrequent enough, to be absorbed into your sleep. Your body registers the moisture, adjusts to it, accepts it. You remain deeply asleep, protected and at peace. The darkest hour passes. Imperceptibly at first, then more noticeably, the darkness begins to thin. It is not yet dawn, not even pre-dawn, but the deepest night is past. The quality of the darkness changes, becomes less absolute, less heavy. Somewhere beyond the horizon, the sun is beginning its long climb toward day. But day is still far away. There are hours yet of restful darkness, of peaceful sleep, of healing rest. You sleep on, cradled by the earth, watched over by the forest, held in perfect safety. Your body continues its work of restoration. Your mind continues its work of integration. Your spirit continues its work of renewal. The forest begins to sense the approaching day. It is too early for birdsong, too early for the daytime creatures to stir, but something changes. A tension, a waiting, an anticipation. The trees know. The earth knows. Life knows that day is coming, that the cycle continues, that night will give way to dawn as it always has, as it always will. But for now, there is still night. Still darkness. Still sleep. Still peace. The forest holds this peace like a precious gift, offering it to all who enter with open hearts. And you receive this gift, sleeping deeply, resting completely, renewing utterly. The stars begin to fade, the brightest ones last, the fainter ones first. They do not disappear suddenly but gradually, slowly, gently, as the sky begins its long transformation from black to blue. The process is so slow that it is invisible moment to moment, visible only when you compare one time to another. Your sleep continues, unbroken and deep. You have been sleeping for hours now, your body and mind receiving exactly what they needed. The rest is complete, profound, healing. When you wake, not now, not yet, but eventually, you will feel renewed, refreshed, restored. But that waking is still far away. For now, there is only this: sleep, peace, rest. The darkness continues to thin, moving toward that liminal space between night and day. The sky overhead is no longer true black but the deepest navy blue, still scattered with stars but clearly transforming. The moon is set now, disappearing below the western horizon, leaving the sky to the stars alone. The light that remains is faint, ambient, sourceless, as if the air itself is beginning to glow. You sleep on in your cradle of roots, your breathing slow and even, your body completely relaxed. The deep, restorative sleep of the night's middle hours has passed, and now you rest in a lighter phase, closer to the surface of consciousness but not breaking through. This is the sleep of the hours before dawn, gentle and peaceful, allowing dreams to weave themselves into your rest. The dew has grown heavier during the darkest hours. Every leaf, every blade of grass, every petal is covered in tiny droplets of water. They catch what little light exists and scatter it, creating a faint shimmer across the entire forest. The world seems to be covered in diamonds, in tiny points of light, in captured stars brought down to earth. A drop of dew falls from a leaf overhead and lands on your hand. It is cool and perfect, a tiny sphere of water holding the essence of the night. It sits on your skin for a moment, catching the faint light, then slowly spreads and evaporates. You do not wake. The sensation is absorbed into your sleep, becoming part of a dream of gentle rain, of being cleansed and renewed. The first bird sings. It is alone at first, a single voice in the darkness, testing the morning, announcing the coming day. The song is simple, a few notes repeated, but it is pure and clear and beautiful. It hangs in the still air, unanswered for now, the only sound besides the eternal murmur of the stream. Minutes pass. Another bird joins the first, then another. They do not sing together but in sequence, each voice distinct, each song its own. The dawn chorus is beginning, though dawn itself is still an hour away. The birds know something the darkness doesn't yet reveal. They sing for the sun that is coming, for the day that will arrive, for the eternal cycle that continues. The sky continues to lighten. The navy blue becomes a shade lighter, then lighter still. The stars begin to disappear, the fainter ones first, winking out as the growing light overwhelms them. The brightest ones remain, Venus low on the eastern horizon, a few others scattered across the sky, but their time is ending. They are day stars, fading into memory until night returns. The forest begins to wake around you. Small birds flit through the branches, searching for insects. Squirrels emerge from their nests and begin their morning routines, chattering to each other. A rabbit hops across the clearing, pausing to nibble at grass, its nose twitching constantly. Life is returning to the forest, the diurnal creatures beginning their day. But you sleep on, undisturbed by this growing activity. The sounds and movements of the waking forest do not break your rest. They are gentle, natural, part of the environment you have accepted completely. Your sleep incorporates them, uses them, deepens because of them rather than being disturbed. The light grows stronger, more definite. The eastern sky, visible through a gap in the trees, begins to show color, not the gold of sunrise yet, but a pale, delicate pink, fading upward into blue. This is the time photographers call the blue hour, when the light is soft and even, when shadows are gentle, when the world seems to glow from within. The pool before you becomes visible in this growing light. The water is still, a perfect mirror once again, but now reflecting the pale colors of the dawn sky rather than the darkness of night. The surface is covered with a thin mist, water vapor rising into the cooler air, creating a gauzy layer that hovers just above the surface. A heron arrives, a tall, gray ghost of a bird, moving with exquisite slowness. It wades into the shallow edge of the pool, each step deliberate and careful, creating barely a ripple. It stands motionless then, waiting, a study in patience. Its eyes are fixed on the water, watching for fish. It could be a statue, so still is it, so perfectly poised. The bird chorus grows louder, more insistent. Dozens of voices now, perhaps hundreds, each singing its own song, creating a symphony of sound that fills the forest. There are trills and warbles, chirps and calls, high notes and low, fast songs and slow. The complexity is overwhelming, beautiful, a celebration of life and day. The light continues to strengthen. Individual trees become visible now, their trunks and branches emerging from the general mass. Leaves can be distinguished, one from another. The texture of bark becomes clear. The forest is revealing itself, showing its details, moving from impression to reality. Your sleep begins to lighten further. You are close to the surface now, not quite awake but no longer deeply asleep. Your dreams become more vivid, more narrative. You dream of walking through the forest in daylight, of seeing flowers and birds, of feeling sunlight on your face. These dreams are pleasant, gentle, preparing you for waking without forcing it. The eastern sky flames suddenly into color. Gold and pink and orange, brilliant and beautiful, announcing the sun's imminent arrival. The clouds that formed during the night catch this light and reflect it, amplifying it, creating a spectacle of color across half the sky. The blue hour is ending. The golden hour is beginning. The heron strikes, so fast the movement is barely visible. Its beak spears down into the water and comes up with a small fish. The bird flips the fish, catches it head first, and swallows it whole. Then it resumes its motionless watching, as if nothing had happened, as patient as before. Life and death, hunger and satisfaction, all part of the forest's endless cycle. The mist on the pool begins to dissipate as the air warms. It rises and spreads, becoming thinner, more transparent, until it is gone entirely. The water is clear again, reflecting the brightening sky with perfect fidelity. A fish jumps, creating rings of ripples that expand outward, intersecting and interfering, creating complex patterns. The sun is about to rise. The light is golden now, horizontal, streaming through the trees from the east. Shafts of light pierce the forest, creating dramatic contrasts between light and shadow. Dust and pollen drift through these light shafts, made visible by the illumination, creating a magical effect. And then, the sun itself appears. Just the top edge at first, brilliant and sharp, peaking above the horizon. The light intensifies immediately, becoming almost painful to look at directly. The sun is a physical presence, a force, driving back the night, establishing day, bringing warmth and energy and life. You stir slightly in your sleep, sensing the change even without seeing it. Your body knows the sun has risen. Your circadian rhythms respond to the light, even filtered through closed eyelids. But you do not wake yet. The sleep is too restful, too necessary. You need these last minutes of rest before facing the day. The forest is fully alive now. Birds are everywhere, flying, singing, feeding. Squirrels chase each other through the branches. Insects buzz and hum. Flowers open their petals to the sun, turning to follow its light. The whole forest is a symphony of activity, of life, of energy. The sun climbs higher, and its light becomes warmer, less sharp. The dramatic contrasts of the first moments of sunrise soften into the gentler light of early morning. Shadows shorten. Colors become more saturated and true. The forest shows itself in full detail, every leaf and flower and stone visible and clear. You sleep on, but your sleep is very light now. You are dreaming of waking, of opening your eyes, of seeing the sun. In your dream, you stand and stretch, feeling your muscles respond, your joints loosen. You take a deep breath of the morning air, fresh and clean and full of promise. You are almost awake, hovering on the edge. The warmth of the sun reaches you, touching your face and hands. It is gentle at first, a soft warmth like a caress. Your skin absorbs the heat gratefully after the coolness of night. Your body temperature begins to rise, returning to its daytime level. Your metabolism speeds up slightly. All the physical markers of waking begin to manifest. Birds land near you, unafraid. A robin hops across the ground, pecking at the earth, finding worms and insects. A blue jay calls from a branch overhead, its harsh voice a contrast to the sweeter songs around it. A chickadee lands on your knee, so light you barely feel it, regarding you with bright, curious eyes. The chickadee stays for a moment, cocking its head, studying you. Perhaps it wonders why you are so still, why you do not move or respond. Or perhaps it simply accepts you as part of the forest, no different from a stone or log. Then it flies away, a quick flutter of wings, and lands on a nearby branch to sing its name. Chickadee-dee-dee. The sun continues to climb. It is fully above the horizon now, a complete circle of brilliant light. The sky around it is a perfect blue, clear and bright. A few clouds drift across, white and fluffy, moving slowly from west to east. It is going to be a beautiful day. You begin to wake. It is not sudden but gradual, a slow surfacing from the depths of sleep. Your breathing changes first, becoming slightly faster, slightly shallower. Your eyes move more rapidly beneath closed lids. Your fingers twitch. Your body is preparing to wake, marshaling its systems, returning to daytime functioning. Awareness returns piece by piece. You become conscious of your body first, the position you're in, the support of the earth beneath you, the bark of the tree against your back. Then you become aware of sounds, the birds, the stream, the whisper of breeze through leaves. Then temperature, the warmth of sun on your face, the coolness of shadow on your legs. You take a deeper breath, and your eyes flutter. Not opening yet, but preparing to. Behind closed lids, you sense the light, bright and warm. You know without opening your eyes that it is morning, that the sun has risen, that a new day has begun. The knowledge is peaceful, not demanding. There is no urgency to wake, only a gentle invitation. You stretch slightly, carefully, feeling your muscles respond. Your back releases where it pressed against the tree. Your shoulders roll. Your neck turns from side to side. Every movement is slow, deliberate, respecting the transition from sleep to waking. You are not rushing. There is nowhere you need to be. Your eyes open. Slowly, gradually, letting in light a little at a time. Everything is bright, almost overwhelming at first. You blink, and your eyes adjust. Shapes become clear. Colors emerge. The world comes into focus. You are looking up through the branches of the oak tree, seeing leaves backlit by the sun, glowing green like stained glass. You sit up slowly, taking your time. There is a pleasant stiffness in your body, the kind that comes from sleeping deeply in one position. You stretch again, more thoroughly this time, reaching your arms overhead, arching your back, pointing your toes. The stretch feels wonderful, releasing the last of the night's stillness. You look around the clearing. Everything is bright and beautiful in the morning light. The pool sparkles. The grass glows. The flowers are vivid with color, blue and yellow and pink and white. The scene is almost painfully beautiful, like something from a dream. But it is real. You are here. You are awake. The stream calls to you with its gentle murmur. You stand, a bit unsteadily at first, then with more confidence. You walk to the water's edge and kneel down. The water is clear and cold, running over stones that shine in the sunlight. You cup your hands and bring water to your face, splashing it over your skin. The shock of cold is invigorating, washing away the last traces of sleep. You drink some of the water, feeling it cool your throat. It tastes clean and pure, slightly mineral, utterly refreshing. You drink deeply, satisfying a thirst you didn't know you had. The water seems to revive you from the inside, bringing clarity and energy. You stand again and look around the clearing one more time, taking it all in. This place has held you through the night, protected you, given you rest. You feel grateful, though you're not sure to whom or what. To the forest? To nature? To life itself? It doesn't matter. The gratitude is real and deep. You notice that you feel different than when you arrived. The tiredness that brought you here is gone, replaced by a sense of refreshment, of renewal. Your mind is clear. Your body is rested. Your spirit is at peace. The sleep has done its work, as deep and healing as any you've ever known. A breeze stirs the leaves overhead, and you hear it like a whisper, like a farewell, like a blessing. The forest is releasing you, sending you back to your life, to your world, to your waking reality. But you carry this place with you now. The peace of the forest is inside you, available whenever you need it. You take one last look at the pool, at the oak tree, at the path winding into the trees. Everything is exactly as it was, unchanged, eternal. This place will be here whenever you need it. You can return in sleep, in meditation, in memory. It is always here, always waiting, always ready to offer rest and peace. You close your eyes for a moment, breathing deeply, anchoring this feeling of peace in your body and mind. You want to remember this, to be able to call it up when you need it. The scent of the forest. The sound of the stream. The feeling of being held by the earth. All of it, stored in your memory, ready to be recalled. When you open your eyes again, you are ready. Ready to leave this place. Ready to return to your life. Ready to face whatever comes with the peace and strength you found here. You are rested. You are renewed. You are ready. You turn and walk slowly down the path, away from the pool, away from the oak tree. You do not look back. There is no need. This place is with you now, inside you, part of you. You carry it in your heart, in your breath, in your bones. The path winds through the trees, dappled with sunlight and shadow. Birds sing overhead. Flowers bloom beside the path. Everything is alive and beautiful and perfect. You walk slowly, savoring each step, each breath, each moment. The forest begins to thin. You can see brighter light ahead, sense open space. You are approaching the edge, the boundary between forest and world. But you do not hurry. You take your time, honoring the transition, respecting the threshold. And then you are there, standing at the forest's edge, looking out at the world beyond. It is bright and vast and full of possibility. You are ready for it. You are rested and restored and ready to engage with life fully and completely. You take one last breath of forest air, letting it fill your lungs, letting it nourish you one final time. Then you step forward, out of the forest, into the day, into your life. But even as you leave, you know you will return. This place is always here. Whenever you need rest, whenever you need peace, whenever you need to remember what it feels like to be held by the earth and cradled by trees and surrounded by perfect safety, you can come back. All you need to do is close your eyes, slow your breath, and remember. The path will appear. The trees will welcome you. The stream will sing you to sleep. And the forest will hold you, as it has tonight, as it will always, offering endless peace, infinite rest, eternal renewal. Sleep well. Rest deeply. Know you are safe. The forest is always here. You are always welcome. Peace is always available. Rest is always possible. And so you sleep, and so you rest, and so you find peace, here in this forest, in this moment, forever and always. Sleep. Rest. Peace.